This is Dominic. In this video tutorial I'm going to talk to you about two things. First thing, quickly, I want to talk to you about preparation time in IELTS listening. It's an important skill in improving your IELTS listening to use preparation time well. Two things I'm going to say here. IELTS listening is hard because it's not just listening, it's reading the question, listening and writing the answer down. Three different things. So the trick is, or part of a trick is, to try and read as much and as well as you can before you listen. That way you'll give yourself more time to listen during the listening. Next point I'm going to make is they give you 30 seconds to prepare to read. It may sound a lot, but in fact it's not that much, and you have to be doing different things in that time. And this brings me on to my next point. There are 6 or 7 different question types in IELTS listening, and each question type sets you a different challenge. For each question type you need slightly different skills, and for each question type you need to use your preparation time in a slightly different way. And this brings me on to my fourth point. Practice smart, I say. What I mean by this is learn the different problems of questions, and then when you practice, don't do whole tests, not all the time. A lot of the time, practice different types of questions. If you do that, you'll improve your general skills, and then when your general skills are good, then you know you are ready to do IELTS. Right. In this video, I'm only going to look at one type of IELTS listening question, short answer questions. Here. First of all, I want to talk to you about the challenges of short answer questions. Short answer questions, you need to write down answers in note form. You don't have to make complete sentences, that's a different type of question. Difficulty here is it's listening and writing at the same time. Another problem in short answer type questions, very often the words you write down are either long words or actually quite difficult words, names of places for example. Idea here, skill you want to practice is practice making notes. But the point I want to concentrate on most in this video is this. Short answer questions are not always, or not often, about matching words in the question to words you hear. Much more often, to get the answers to short answer questions right, you have to read and understand the meaning of the whole question. That will give you the answer. I'll explain a little bit more about that in a moment. Those were the problems. Here are some possible solutions. Solution number 1, understand what the question is asking. Look at question words. I shall talk you through that in a moment with an example. The second point, a connected point, is try and predict, say in advance, the type of words you need to write down. This means looking at the question, deciding, aha, this question is asking me when, so the answer will be a time or a date perhaps. Or maybe the question says where, in which case you're writing down a place. Knowing that before will help you answer more efficiently, because you say, If I hear time and place, now I start to concentrate at 100%. And this brings me on to point number 3. Look for words in the question that will help you see when to listen at 100%. These are the so-called key words. Most often in these types of questions, there'll be 1 or 2 words or phrases which you identify in the question and think, when I hear that word, then the answer is coming. Important point to note is these keywords tell you, highlighted, when to listen. They don't tell you what the answer is, they just tell you when. Tricky thing is, you also, as you listen, need to focus on the whole question, not just words in the question. And my suggestion is you want to be reading the whole question quite carefully, or as carefully as you can, before you listen. Read before you listen. Why? Because the answers are always, in this type of questions, answers to the whole question, not words in the question. Okay, now let's look at an example and I'll try and demonstrate what I mean by these ideas. Okay, I'm now looking at an example of a short answer question. Answer the following questions using no more than 2 or 3 words or numbers. Step number 1, understand what the question is asking you for. So it's asking us for this. We're looking for 2 or 3 words or numbers. And note that you're not writing sentences here. Understand you're just looking for words or numbers, 2 or 3. That's step number 1. The next thing you want to do in your preparation time is look at what type of words you're looking for. 3 questions here. Which event? When? How many? Simple trick here. In this type of question, look at the WH words, the question words. Which event? Okay. What does that mean? We're looking for the name of something. So we're looking for names. When? Slightly different. We're looking for a time or a date perhaps. Well no, when on Sundays, so it's a time. How many times? Again, we're listening for something different. So this time we're looking for a number probably. So as you read in your preparation time, you should be thinking about what type of words am I looking for. But we're also trying to do something else. We're trying to look at the question and think, which are the key words which will tell me when to listen? Bus conductor, I think, or perhaps recommend. I'm going to say bus conductor, and I want to sort of show you why. Come down here and you'll see a little bit of text. Bus conductor. If you ask me, the best place to go is a fun fair. Now the thing is, this is the part which answers the question up here. But we don't see the word recommend. We see, if you ask me, the best. And this is the way this type of question works. They ask you to look at meanings of questions. And you can't just concentrate on words. You want to look at the meaning of the whole question. I think you should. You may hear this. This again means the same as recommend. Now, sometimes, but actually quite rarely, not very often, you will hear almost the exact same words, recommend, recommend, but that's unusual. So, a little recap. Step number 1, understand what the question is asking you to do. If you write down 4 words, you've got it wrong. No more than 2 or 3 words. Step number 2, think what type of word are you looking for? We're not looking for sentences, types of words. Which event, name of event. Step number 3, look for words which tell you when to listen, and then key step, step number 4, read the whole question. Understand the whole question. Do not just look at words in the question, because recommend may not be recommend. It may be, if you ask me, the best. Okay, that's the end of this video lesson. I just want to scroll back up quickly to where I started here. This lesson has all been about using your preparation time in IELTS listening. Read before you listen. It's only 30 seconds. I think you've probably seen you've got quite a lot to do in 30 seconds. Also, different question types need different skills. And then this is the big point. If you want to improve your listening, don't do practice tests. Learn the problems of different questions. Here, all I've been doing is looking at one question, short answer questions. All the other types of questions have their own problems. Good luck.